Hey, Rob, I don't know if you saw, but
What's that, John?
Steve Rogers Avengers
No.
Doomsday trailer, they finally put it in all of its full HD glory online to underwhelm everybody else, just like the way it underwhelmed me.
Still makes me cry. Just saying.
I'm glad you liked it. I'm excited for Steve being back. I am. Well, we already knew that there was a Thor version of the trailer coming. Well,
Yes.
guess what? Not surprising anybody. That Thor trailer is now leaked. And the Thor trailer is out there. And it's got, this is from Reddit. Reddit gives a bunch of imagery from it. There's, of course, Thor with love, his Gore's daughter that he adopted. And, you know, in the trailer, you've seen these reports written all over the place. In the trailer, we hear Thor basically praying to Odin. And the basic gist of it is, I've always been to war. I've fought every fight, but give me the strength to come home to my girl. Give me the strength to come home to love and to be there for her. And it really frames Thor as a father, something we've never really seen before. And then it brings up just the way the Steve Rogers one ends with, you know, Steve Rogers will return in Avengers Doomsday. It then brings up the Thor, Odin's son, will return in Avengers Doomsday. And there it is. And you know, Rob, I gotta say, it is very much in tone with the Steve Rogers one.
Right.
But this at least gave me a little bit of a picture. Again, listen, I'm still basically underwhelmed by these things. Okay, Captain America's come back, great. Thor's come back, great. Unlike the Steve Rogers one, we're not surprised that he has a daughter. We know from the end of Thor Ragnarok or Thor Love and Thunder that he has a daughter. Now, I'm still a little bit underwhelmed for it, but at least this one felt like it had a little bit more soul to it. And again, now that we've seen these first two teasers, both of them kind of center on children. We got Steve Rogers' child, we got Thor's child, so maybe it's pointing towards something, maybe it's not. But anyway, an interesting looking little thing, but again, nothing that's really shaking the ground or moving the needle for me. But anyway, Rob, you saw this leak thing. What do you make of it?
Well, I mean, imagine if you were creating a trailer, like these are just teasers. You know, these are character teasers, and I really think that what's really important about these is, look, we didn't know that Steve Rogers was officially coming back. So if you're a Marvel fan, an MCU fan, it's pretty, like for me, I love Infinity War and Endgame so much that seeing Steve Rogers come back, and he's such the heart of these films. It was emotional for me. I was like, you know, okay. And seeing Thor come back from, I hated Love and Thunder. It's the tone of what they're setting up here. I mean, they're teeing up something here. And they're giving it out in drips and drabs, but I don't know what the third trailer is going to be. But for me, maybe it's Doctor Doom, because you have the three key. You would have, of course, Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, and Chris Hemsworth coming back. And that would make sense. You're seeing the three core Avengers team members, even though one of them is no longer Tony Stark, coming back. Maybe they're going to do something else like the Fox X-Men leading up to a true trailer. But I would imagine these longer scenes would not play in a 2-minute trailer. Most trailers are around 2 minutes long. Each one of these teasers is like a minute and a half, you know, a little bit over a minute. They probably tried to build I still think they tried to probably build something around these moments, but so they just decided, let's release these, and they haven't said anything about it. They never made any kind of official announcement. They're just kind of dropping these things and letting the world devour them, however we're going to devour them, and putting them in front of, I mean, we've heard this, but there's not been an official announcement from Disney going, this is what we're going to do. And I think that we're going to finally, at the end of this, get a real teaser trailer where these are just moments. And I think mostly what they're doing is they're showing the tone of what we're going to get. This is not Love and Thunder. This is real, heartfelt families, legacies. This is important, man. And they're showing what these three men, because we've heard there's 4 trailers. I would assume there's a 3rd trailer with, if it's X-Men, maybe we'll get something. But I think these are showing that the stakes for this movie are epic. These men, whatever's happening, they're going to be fighting for their kids. They're going to be fighting so the stakes are high and they ain't playing. And I think that's what they're trying to establish. And I think we're so used to getting things. Look, there used to be teasers. Like the first movie I ever worked on, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3, had a teaser trailer that was a riff on Excalibur. And it just showed the Lady of the Lake, instead of sticking Excalibur up out of the water, she put her hand up and she captured a chainsaw. And it said the Saw's family, Leatherface coming soon. It had nothing and no clips from the movie, nothing. But it was a dope trailer and people were talking, or teaser. It was hilarious that they were doing it. And I kind of see these as teasers that we haven't seen in a while, that are just trying to convey that Avengers Doomsday is coming in a year and the stakes are high. And your favorite characters, your favorite actors, they're coming back and they're here to play hard. So that's kind of how I see it, because a teaser takes you on a journey. A trailer takes you on a journey with a beginning, a middle, and an end.
Yeah.
These are more like, remember these guys? Remember how you loved these guys? And they're giving you a little, Thor. It's funny that they built this around Love and Thunder, because my hatred of that movie is well known, and I love Thor and I love the MCU, and they've actually made me want to go back and watch Love and Thunder again to see what he has at stake.
Well, you know what I really liked about this little tease thing? And really, somebody in the live chat, we've said this before, it kind of nails it. These really aren't even teasers. They're just announcements.
Yeah.
But the thing that I kind of liked about this one is that, look, I loved Thor Ragnarok. I loved it. Chris Hemsworth has often said that Taika Waititi's slightly different take on Thor really reinvigorated him personally for playing Thor. And that movie is great. It's fantastic. But then they went a little bit too far with it with Thor Love and Thunder. But hearing Thor speak in this little teaser, you know what it reminds me of, Rob? It reminds me of the Kenneth Branagh Thor.
Right.
It reminds me of Thor from Thor 1, the one directed by Kenneth Branagh. And I love that. Again, I love Thor Ragnarok. I love that they changed him up.
Sure.
But now he's been a father. Now he's for a couple of years now, he's had a daughter, and that's going to change you. And I love that he's kind of reverting to more of his own father. He's speaking a little bit more like Odin himself. And I kind of, again, I'm gleaning a lot from a tiny little piece here, but I really did like that. I like seeing Thor constantly being in transition a little bit, that he changes a little here, he changed a little there. When different events happen in his life, it alters him and it changes him. And maybe being a father has kind of gravitated him to being more like his own father. But again, just the language, the way he spoke, it just reminded me a lot of the Branagh Thor.
Well, also, it sounds like he's asking for help.
Yeah.
He's like, grant me the serenity. It sounds to me like shit's going to go down, and he doesn't know if he can do it.
Oh, he's already he's talking about going into battle.
Yeah,
he's about to go into a fight that he's not sure he's going to be able to make it back to his daughter. And all he's asking Odin for is the ability to get back to his daughter. So something huge is about to happen.
Yes.
In this. So,
and that's what's exciting. What
anyway,
is that thing? I
don't know yet.
If there's this 4th trailer, we probably will get a taste of whatever huge thing is happening.
Something rather doomy. I'm assuming. Anyway,
I would assume so too.
Guys, question is for you. What did you think about this little teaser? Again, I'm to be honest with you, a little underwhelmed with these things. Granted, but the movie is still a year away. I understand that, and they really are more announcements than trailers, but there were at least a couple little things in this Thor one that I kind of appreciated. Anyway, whatever you thought about it and whatever you gleaned from it, jump down into the comment section below. and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.